Welcome everybody to our Midwest Showcase for our college fair this evening. This is the first night of our virtual college fair, so thank you so much for being with us. My name is Bea. I am a college and career counselor with the district with the Futureology team. We are so excited to have you with us this evening. And before we get started, let's go ahead and go over some housekeeping items, okay? Just to let you know, this is again being recorded so that you can refer to this later on. If you want to ask questions, feel free to use the Q&A function, and we'll be sure to answer your question either right away or at the end of the showcase. We should have some time at the end to answer your questions. Just go ahead and use the Q&A function if you do have questions. There will be a feedback survey sent to you after this evening. Feel free to complete that just to let us know what your thoughts are, if you have any recommendations for us so that we can continue to improve this program and this fair for our families for next year. So the showcase of this evening is, or the structure of this evening is a showcase structure, right? We will be showcasing 6 different institutions for you to learn about. This is a nice kind of digestible chunk of schools, right? Just enough for you to get some information, but not too long. Schools will be presenting for 6 minutes per school. So please take note of programs that are interesting to you, anything that stands out to you about these schools, and make sure to collect college rep emails, right? So that you can get in touch with our awesome college admissions reps after today if you want to have a more in-depth conversation with them. The list you see in front of you is the order in which our schools will be presenting this evening. So if you want to know who's coming next, go ahead and take a photo of the screen if you wish. But this will be the order of our presenters this evening. And with that, I'm actually going to pass it on to our first presenter, Adrian from the University of Wyoming. Adrian, welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bea. And everyone, thank you so much for being here. We're really excited to be talking to you, and I am very excited to be telling you about the University of Wyoming. So on the next slide, there's going to be a whole bunch of different fun facts about the university. We are located in Laramie, Wyoming, which is in the southeast corner of the state. We're about 2.5 hours north of Denver, Colorado, about 50 minutes north of Fort Collins, Colorado, and about 45 minutes west of Cheyenne. Laramie is a little more rural setting. We are a town of about 30,000, whereas the campus is just under 12,000 students. So we have about 11,829 students. All 50 states are represented, as well as over 90 different countries. So we love our campus. We love the richness of the diversity of our students. And we have about a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which doesn't mean a lot to you right now, but when you get to campus and you really get to know your professors and they're looking for you to be on their research teams and work with them, that number really comes into play. Average class size at UW is 30. We have some that are much smaller and some that are a little bigger, but you're not going to get 500 plus students in a class at Wyoming. And even with the pandemic last year, over 86% of our students had jobs or were in grad school within 6 months within graduation. So we're really proud of them. Not only are they getting a great education, but they're extremely marketable, and industry is looking for University of Wyoming students. On the next slide, it's going to talk to you a little bit about what's available to you as student life. Yes, you're there to study, but you also want to be involved. You want to be happy socially and mentally. So Wyoming is a very unique area. We are in between 2 mountain ranges. So anything and everything you want to do outside is right in your backyard. About 15 minutes to the east of us is this great boulder field. So there's awesome mountain biking, rock climbing, hiking, and then to the west is the skiing. It's about 35 minutes with red lights to a snowy range. It's a great little hill to be just constantly in powder and have that outdoor experience. And then also up there is some great fishing, some more camping, whitewater rafting, you name it, you've got it right there. Also, a lot of our students are involved in the fine arts programs, but we want to make sure that students know that you don't necessarily have to be that major to participate in those activities. You can be a nurse and in the a cappella group. We love that. Wyoming is a Tier 1 research institution, and because we're the only 4-year institution in the state, We are the flagship and the land grant. So we get all the funding, we get a lot of the support, but there's also a lot of love and loyalty for the University of Wyoming. And speaking of that love and loyalty, we are a Division I athletics school. We participate in the Mountain West Conference. So that's with San Diego State, Fresno State, Hawaii, Boise State, CSU, Colorado State, Air Force, and a couple others. But fun fact about Wyoming, we actually have the most active NFL players out of the Mountain West Conference, including tonight's starting quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. So let's hope they beat Tennessee. We all of our students get in free to these events. We want you there. We want you part of that tradition. We also have club sports, intramural sports. We have over 300 clubs and organizations, a fantastic student government. So there are so many ways for our students to get involved and really feel like they're a part of the community at the University of Wyoming. So we've talked a little bit about student life, and on the next slide, it's going to talk about majors. This link here is going to be an excellent resource for you to see what we offer in the regards to academics. We have over 200 different areas of study, everything from accounting to zoology. Some really big standout programs are our engineering program. We just built a $150 million building. We're number 6 in the country for education. We offer a direct entry nursing and pharmacy program. We've been ranked as one of the top 13% of business schools by the AACSB. And our environmental and natural resource program, if you're interested in anything in renewability, sustainability, or conservation, that's your program. In regards to admission on the next slide, it's going to show you how you get admitted to the university. We do have some classes that we're going to ask you to take, which would be 4 years of math, science, and English, 3 years of social science, and 4 years of electives. That is what we call our success curriculum. In addition to that, we'd like you to have a 3.0 unweighted GPA. And if you're a senior, we are test optional for fall. If you're a junior or below, there's a good chance we're going to be test optional for that as well, but we will keep you posted. We accept the Common App or our own regular application. All we need for a complete application packet is your application, transcript, test score if you'd like, and a $40 application fee. We are on a rolling admission, so we're always accepting applications. But however, if you're looking to do the pharmacy or nursing program, nursing, we need your application by February 1st, pharmacy by December 1st. And below, you're going to see our scholarship graph. We are test optional for our brown and gold. You can see on the right-hand side for WUI, which is that top gold bracket, we do need a test score. But no matter what, we want to make sure we offer you some type of financial aid, and you'll get this through your application for admission. The final slide will have my contact information. So if you have any questions or if I can help in any way, please know I'm here and happy to do so. Have a great night and go Pokes. I failed by not saying I'm turning it over to my colleague, Erin from University of Iowa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Erin Monroe, and I'm one of the assistant directors of admission with the University of Iowa. I am based in Southern California. I live over just in Long Beach. I'm also a proud alum. So the University of Iowa is located on the eastern side of the state in Iowa City, Iowa, just 20 minutes south of the Cedar Rapids Airport. We are a large Big Ten institution. Our home is a unique blend of high art and small city where town and campus come together to make one of America's definitive college towns. If you look closely at this picture, you'll see that there's a river that organizes our campus into the east and west sides. The east side is the side with the building with the gold dome in the center of the picture, and that's our old Capitol building. It's the original capital of the state of Iowa. And a majority of a student's day-to-day campus life is within about a 5 to 10 minute walk of that old Capitol building. That area of campus is also directly across the street from downtown Iowa City, which hosts more than 100 different local restaurants and boutiques. We're a micro-urban city and have a population of about 200,000 citizens in our area. The downtown area right across the street from our campus is really an extension of our students' campus life and learning with jobs and internships, venues for the arts, and a variety of performances and festivals year round. Above the river in this photograph is the west side of campus, and that's primarily home to our athletic facilities, our graduate student studies, and the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, which is recognized as one of the best hospitals in the United States and really provides professional development experiences for our students. Our campus has just over 31,000 students, representing over 45 states and 40 countries. We have a large out-of-state population on our campus. Our most populous states represented at Iowa are going to be Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin, California, and Texas. First-generation college students make up about 21% of our first-year class. On average, students are admitted to our first-year class with about a 3.81 GPA, an ACT of about a 26, and an SAT of about a 1230. On the next slide, it highlights the different colleges at our institution. And some of our most popular majors for students coming from the state of California are going to be business, open, engineering, psychology, sports and recreation management, nursing, any studies really related to the health sciences like biology, chemistry, health and human physiology because of our rich ties with the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, and our internationally recognized English and creative writing program. Our application for fall 2022 is open, and we have an early action deadline of November 1st. We make admission decisions on a rolling basis, and you receive a timely admission decision in about 2 weeks. We accept applications through the Common App, the Coalition application, and our own institutional application. If you have taken the ACT or SAT, we will use the RAI formula to make an admission decision. I'll post the link to that formula in the chat, which we calculate a score for you using your test score, your cumulative high school GPA, and the number of core classes that you've completed through the end of your senior year in the subject areas of math, science, social studies, English, and world language. If your score is above a 255, you're automatically admissible into the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. We are currently test optional for students applying for fall 2022, and we will conduct a holistic review of the submission of your application with your official high school transcripts and a personal statement. We also offer direct admission to the Tippy College of Business, College of Engineering, College of Public Health, the College of Education, and our College of Nursing. If you're interested in any of those programs, we encourage you to connect with me on through email or through our admissions website. Now, to talk a little bit about finances, we do automatically consider students for scholarships with their application to the University of Iowa. We also have competitive scholarship opportunities through the Iowa Scholarship Portal that students can apply to after they've been admitted. In addition to this, we also have California-specific scholarship opportunities. On the next slide, it kind of highlights the academic environment on our campus. Collaboration over competition really defines Iowa's academic culture. We have a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. You really get to know your instructors and your classmates. 33% of our students participate in research where they work with professional faculty and staff. Our students really enjoy expanding their Iowa view and studying abroad to more than 70 countries each semester. On the next slide, it showcases our out-of-classroom experience, and our students are engaged in learning through the variety of experiences by joining over 500 different student organizations, ranging from academic, intramural and club sports, fraternity and sorority life, multicultural and religious organizations, and philanthropy and service and interest-based organizations. Dance Marathon is a philanthropic organization, and that's one of our most popular ways that students get involved on campus. Our school is a school that's rich in pride, spirit, and tradition. We have over 400 different performances each year in the Division of Performing Arts, and students in those majors and non-majors are active participants and supporters. We have 21 teams that compete in NCAA Big Ten Division I athletics. This is a picture of Kinnick Stadium. And across the street is where we do the Iowa Wave and wave to the kiddos in the Children's Hospital after the first quarter of all of our home games. I'll put some information for further contact in the chat, but if you have any questions in the future, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And I will pass things along to our next presenter.
Perfect. Thanks, Erin. My name is Natasha. I am the Regional Recruitment Specialist based in Southern California for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. We are a large Tier 1 public research university located in, you guessed it, Lincoln, Nebraska. We are a land-grant university and the flagship institution for the state of Nebraska with just over 20,000 undergraduate students. So our student population is big, but not overwhelming. It really provides all the advantages of a large university with that feel of a friendly Midwestern community. We are a part of the Big Ten Alliance, which means our sports are a part of the Big Ten Athletic Conference. And that means that we take our sports very, very seriously, especially college football. There are no professional sports teams in Nebraska, so we take our Division I college sports incredibly seriously, and Husker fans are some of the most devoted in the country. The entire city of Lincoln is decked out in red on game days. And our fans are so devoted that we have the longest college football sellout streak dating back to 1962. On the next slide, you'll see information about Lincoln itself. Lincoln really is the ultimate college city with our campus interconnected to downtown. It's the second largest city in the state, as well as the capital of Nebraska. Lincoln is ranked the second most affordable college town in the nation, and UNL is ranked in the top 100 safest college communities. But the best part about living in Lincoln is that people are super friendly, which makes it the perfect place for college students and young professionals. I know everyone in the room tonight represents the Midwest, which is really known for its hospitality and friendliness, but we are so friendly, specifically in Nebraska, that our slogan in the state is literally Nebraska nice. And on the next slide, you'll see all of our different majors and programs. We offer over 150 majors amongst 9 colleges, including architecture, the only college of engineering in the state of Nebraska, top 30 college of business, an incredible college of journalism, and over 30 majors in agriculture. Most popular majors for California students include business administration, sports media and communication, forensic science. We have a top program in actuarial science and the first undergraduate psychology program in the country. Our exploratory and pre-professional advising center helps to guide undeclared students and provides 17 different pre-health tracks, as well as all your pre-professional programs, so pre-nursing, pre-law, pre-veterinary. We also have 3 different honors programs for students that are looking more for that elevated individualized education. And then on the next slide, you'll see all of our kind of involvement on campus. So as a Tier 1 research institution, we are all about collaborating with your peers, colliding with hands-on experiences and research. We have over 500 clubs and organizations to get involved in, like our livestock judging team, or our theme park design club. Other design clubs include our aerospace engineering club. They're launching rockets on campus. Our Baja off-roading club, where they're creating off-roading cars completely from scratch. We also have a concrete canoe club, which is exactly what it sounds like, creating canoes out of concrete. We have study abroad programs in over 70 different countries. Dozens of centers and resources on campus to help you, such as our Office of Academic Success and Intercultural Services. To show you the extent of our research facilities on campus, we have 12 laboratories in our computer science and engineering program alone. We have horticulture laboratories, greenhouses, tractor test laboratory, the first of its kind drone journalism lab. We also have brand new engineering buildings and laboratories opening up next year, and those are sponsored by CUIT. We have a fantastic partnership with. Our forestry students are getting harnessed up and hanging in our trees on campus. We have an entirely student-run professional ad agency, which is based in Lincoln, called Yacht. We also have a brand new crime scene house for our forensic science majors, and a new Husker hotel called the Scarlet, which is opening in 2023 for our hospitality, tourism, and restaurant management majors. But you could also be gaining hands-on experiences through our first-year learning communities within your freshman residence halls. We offer 28 different learning communities. They offer a great way for students to learn together, gain experiences, connect with other freshmen, and not just freshmen, but upperclassmen, as well as faculty and staff. You also could have an exclusive seminar specifically for your learning community that no other students on campus are getting advantage to. And on the next slide, you'll see more about our admissions. So we have rolling admissions, so you can apply anytime between August 1st and May 1st. You could hear back from us within 48 hours. That's because we have assured admission requirements, meaning if you meet one performance requirement and all of our course requirements, you are guaranteed admission as long as you fulfill all of our dates and deadlines. We are all about accessibility and affordability. So we want you to have access to a fantastic education. So we don't need letters of recommendation. We don't have an admissions essay. All we have is a scholarship statement that could qualify you for additional leadership and diversity scholarships. That's not due until February 1st. All students are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships based on their application. Those can go up to $20,000 or more for out-of-state students. We have one of the lowest tuitions in the Big Ten and are consistently ranked a Best Buy and a Best Value school. So there's really no question about the value of an education at Nebraska. On the next slide, you'll see my information. Seniors, you can apply for free right now if there's any seniors in the room using the code Husker. That's available until November 1st. So we just released that today. So you can apply for free for the next 2 weeks. I'll drop that info in the chat so you can apply for free. Please reach out to me if you're a junior next year. I can definitely get you a fee waiver code so we can waive our $45 application fee. I'll put all my information in the chat and hand it off to Stacy with Bellevue and say, go Big Red.
And I'm actually Natasha's neighbor to the west, I believe. I am with Bellevue University, and we were founded in Bellevue, Nebraska in 1966 by a retired Marine who realized the need for flexibility in education. When the internet became a viable option, we were quick to embrace the technology, and we've been offering degrees that students can do on campus or completely online since 1966. Our mission is to boldly adapt and innovate in a rapidly changing education environment by providing career-relevant, open access education that empowers students, organizations, and communities around the world. And on the next slide, I believe you'll have some statistics. Okay. We are a mid-sized private nonprofit institution, and we do not charge out-of-state tuition for those choosing to join us on our main campus in the center of the country in nice Nebraska, or anywhere online. We are open to enrollment throughout the year and do not require standardized test scores or essays or letters of recommendation. Our generous transfer policy allows students to transfer more than 60 units towards their bachelor degree, and our transfer students can complete most degrees in 2 years or less. We have partnerships with over 30 community colleges and 5 military bases across the country, where our representatives, like me, help students maximize the units they transfer in, helping save them time and money. We've been distinguished as centers of excellence for our cyber defense education and have special accreditations in business administration, project management, and more. Students enjoy small class sizes, typically 17 students, that foster learning and interaction on a personal level. And on the next slide, I'm going to talk about how we were one of the first schools that Disney and Walmart chose to partner with and provide educational opportunities to their employees. And we are just as honored by the relationships we have with many other regional and nationwide partners, many who offer tuition assistance to their employees. These associations with employers ensure we keep up to date on what talent employers are looking for in the workplace. Through our real-world bachelor's degree programs, we will assist you in pursuing career-relevant experiences. In February of 2021, we ranked as one of the top schools for diversity by College Factual. Our president, Dr. Hawkins, has been recognized as one of the top women in higher education. And in 2021, she was actually recognized as one of the few Hispanics awarded, few non-Hispanics awarded the Otley Award, which is an honor the Mexican government usually gives to Mexican citizens who work in the United States and other countries who have given assistance to Mexican citizens or promoted their culture. On the next slide, you'll see that we offer more than 45 bachelor's degree programs in areas such as business and management, cybersecurity and information technology, public safety and service, human services, and communication, just to name a few. We also offer over 25 master's degree programs and are one of the few schools where you can earn a doctorate of business administration completely online. We have traditional and accelerated programs depending on the major you are interested in. And every student is provided a student coach to help them through to graduation, as well as support services, including career services, writing, tutoring. All of those things are available in person and online. On the next slide, you'll see that most of our students that attend campus are athletes in our sports programs and our international students, which makes our campus very vibrant and active. We have a variety of student organizations, including some that are career focused, to help you begin your networking in your field before you complete your degree. There are also many types of scholarships available for our students, including some exclusively for transfer students and some that are renewable. Students can apply for Bellevue University scholarships with one application using Community Force, which is a cloud-based scholarship and grant platform. And as always, always complete your FAFSA to find out what federal aid you will qualify for as well. So as you can see, Bellevue University provides many pathways for you to succeed. So if you want any more information, please feel free to reach out to me and we can see if either moving to the Midwest or checking out opportunities online, if Bellevue would be a good fit for you. I will put my information in the chat. And oh, by the way, our application is free. If you contact me, I will waive your fee. So I am going to go ahead and pass it to Nita Daly with the University of Illinois at Chicago.
Thank you so much. And we're so glad to virtually meet you guys, and thank you for your time and attentiveness. So my name is Nita. This is a great way to contact me. Discover.uic.edu is kind of our Google of sorts. So if you're a pre-nursing student and you want to see a presentation from their team, you can go there. A medley of things are on there. Admissions@uic.edu reaches me very promptly, and I promise I check my emails and I type 100 words a minute. So if you've never been to Chicago, you can kind of see the picture here. This is a QR code that you can scan, but I'll put my info on the side. But we're right in the heart of downtown Chicago. So we're considered the West Loop area. We're in an area called, actually the train or L stop, subway stop is called the Medical District because we have 4 hospitals on our campus. So it's a vibrant place, location to be near the beach, near comedy clubs, theater. Google's headquarters are across the street from us, along with a medley of other business ops, concerts. So there's always something to do right in the heart of Chicago. If you can skip to the next slide, I'd appreciate it. So I'm all about school, and I know we have parents on the line, but I think too, I always say to students, especially for my students who are coming in pre-med, very focused on one thing. Sometimes, guys, you can take a pottery class, you can meet that amazing professor or a friendship bond. You're going to meet people and have experiences that will guide you. So don't worry so much about having to hone in on what you need to do right now. It's all about the experience in some way. So one thing that I do miss being on the West Coast, I manage West Coast admissions. Being on the West Coast, I do miss some of the food. I always tease that you're going to gain probably more than the freshman 15 in Chicago with pizza and et cetera. But you're 2 airports away, 45 minutes away from each airport, but about 4 hours away from California and the West Coast. But from sports to concerts, we have a concert called Spark in the Park. We're always giving students discounted tickets or tickets to the Bulls, Blackhawks, Bears games, et cetera. So we also want to make sure that you have a great college experience. You are going to get what's called a U-Pass, and that's a 24/7 transportation pass that allows you to get around campus. We have shuttles, we have a medley of safety measures on campus and all sorts of shuttles, but you can also take the train and go see a show or go to a concert, go to the Chanel store and shop. So we do have 8 dorms offered and a medley and ample housing for all students, but we do not force even freshman students to live on campus. So for those who want to commute, or if you have family in town, that's also an option, but you don't have to live on campus freshman year. So that's just kind of some fun stuff. We'll move to the next slide. So as far as Chicago and UIC, we are a tier 1 research university. We do offer 86 majors, 70 minors. So again, that's why I reiterate, each of you is assigned to an academic advisor when you start. So except for nursing, which kind of has to come in and really get rolling on things, for the most part, you're going to have time to take a few extra classes. We have 200 study abroad opportunities. There are 400 student clubs and organizations. So from surfing to kayaking to video gaming, we have a medley of things for you to do. I encourage students to be as active as you can on campus, because especially for those going to law programs, etc., continuing their education at USC or elsewhere, sometimes in those applications, I've seen it firsthand, or those interviews rather, for med school, etc., they want to know about the person that you are, what you bring, your vibrancy, what you're passionate about. So it's very important to get good grades, but they also are looking at how you interact with others, how you treat others, how you recognize diversity. So I try to always push students to do that. We do have 32,000 students, but 24,000 of those are undergrad. We still do maintain a 19-to-1 student faculty ratio. We're test optional, and I would say diversity is so diverse, we actually don't even have numbers for it. We are on the Common App, and I encourage students, even on the Common App, or whether you send in letters of recommendation, try to be as strong as you can in your application, because we have $500 million in grants coming in just from our professors and research sources. We also got a $49 million grant recently, just out the blue, from Mackenzie Scott. So a lot of this money has been doled off to departments, and they actually have the right to give out scholarships to students. We also have a $2,500 grant for those. We are a living laboratory, like I said, tier 1 research university, one of the top 200 in the world. But we have a $2,500 grant for students to kind of explore what they want to. So that's something to keep in mind. I'll move to the next slide. So some of our top majors coming from the West Coast before I close are going to be business, pre-med, nursing, architecture, psychology is a huge one, theater and arts are huge. We actually have new programs like real estate, cinematography. So there's always something that you can major in. There are a medley of internships. We also support students after they graduate. And again, we are, for those sports fans, Division I, NCAA, we have every sport basically except for football. That's our sister school, Urbana, but there's always something to do. So I'll put my information in the side. I definitely look forward to hearing from you. We are test optional, if I did mention it. And we also, for fun, also take a lot of shows like Chicago Med and some of those Chicago-based fire department shows. They're actually taped on our campus at times. So thank you for your time. We're going to move a little bit to the south to Will in IIT.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nita. As you just heard, we are headed south in Chicago to Illinois Tech. We are just located just about 10 to 15 minutes south of the Loop, about a 20-minute train ride from that last campus you just heard about on the Green Line. Used to do it all the time when I lived in the West Loop. Great location, but our location, as you can see, is also nice. We are located, like I said, about 10 minutes south of the downtown area. So you've got these great skyline views, you've got green space, you can see these great fall trees, some of the background behind me in my photo as well. And if you go to the next slide, you'll see a little bit more about what makes Illinois Tech the institution it is. So Illinois Tech is home to about 45 different majors. So we are a little bit more focused in on those STEM fields. We don't offer quite as many as some of the schools that you've heard this evening. But what we do is we do those programs really well. So if you're interested in something like engineering, computer science, architecture, some of those traditional STEM pathways, definitely have those and have some great opportunities for those students in those areas. You could do something like mechanical, biomedical, civil, architectural. Maybe you want to study electrical engineering and be like the inventor of the portable cell phone, Marty Cooper. He's a graduate of Illinois Tech. We also have a lot of opportunities for you to blend those STEM-based programs with traditional humanities fields or even a business degree. So if you wanted to, study business as your main major at Illinois Tech, but then specialize in mechanical engineering as an example, you could do that like some of our past students have done, and then work in the automotive industry. Or maybe you want to do that and go into, I don't know, something like medicinal chemistry, go into the pharmaceutical industry. Lots of great options there. We also have some very niche fields as well, things like statistics, applied communications. Maybe you want to go into food science and nutrition and help us learn all about how we create the powdered drink mixes at Dunkin' Donuts. That's another alumni at Illinois Tech. Lots of great options for students in academic pathways. Some other things that you're going to see on this slide here is that we are a smaller school, just about 3,100 undergraduate students. So definitely a place where you're going to get to know the people around you. You're not going to necessarily know everyone, but you will know a lot of the folks that you see on a day-to-day basis. We do have a pretty diverse community with almost all 50 states represented, as well as over 80 different countries. You're going to find a lot of students from outside of Illinois. You're definitely going to find students from the California area. We had about 20 students from the state of California last year, and from the West Coast as a whole, usually about anywhere between about 40 to 50 students. So some opportunities to connect with those who maybe had similar experiences, but definitely the chance to meet people who've had different experiences as well. You can kind of see a class profile there. We have about a 60% acceptance rate overall as a university. What we're looking for is really mostly A's and B's. We want to see your math and science background if you're applying for engineering or computer science. We are test optional for the fall 2022 year. After that, we may be test optional, may not. Keep your eyes open if you are a younger student, not a senior this year. We'll keep you updated as we get into the spring semester. Now, I do want to make sure that you know November 15th is the best deadline that you can apply to Illinois Tech. That's going to put you in the running for up to full tuition scholarships. So definitely the time that you want to apply so that way you can get one of those scholarship offers. If you go to the next slide, you can learn a little bit more about some of the ways that you learn at Illinois Tech. So you definitely have lecture time. It's important. You need to do that in order to get those basic concepts, but we're also going to challenge you to say, how do you then interpret that? How do you apply the work that we see you learning in that classroom? One of the big ways is through undergraduate research. We are definitely an institution where we're going to encourage you, support you, and in some cases expect you to have an undergraduate research project. Now, there are lots of different ways that you could do this. That could be working with a professor, working with a graduate student, or leading your own research project. There's some examples on the slides of past experiences our students have had. A lot of those are health focused, as you can expect, the last few years. That's something that our school has pivoted to and really done a lot of work in those areas. Another great way that we do this is through iPro or Interprofessional Projects. These are year-long problem-solving courses that all students take before they graduate at Illinois Tech. It's a chance for you to show off what you've learned. It's a chance for you to work in interdisciplinary small teams and hopefully make an impact on society. Another great way that you can show off your experiences would be through off-campus programs. So we do that at Illinois Tech through a program called Elevate. We're going to help you explore study abroad opportunities, internships, co-ops, even maybe just get a short course out in the industry if there's something very specific you want to learn about. These are all opportunities to help blend what you've learned in the classroom with those experiences that are going to make you stand out when you leave our university. If you hit the next slide for me. I can talk a little bit really quickly about some of these statistics and things like that. I've definitely ranked quite high for return on investment. When you graduate from Illinois Tech, obviously there's a lot of things that you've hopefully learned, connections you've made, friends, all those types of things. But I know a lot of people want to know what's the finances like. Our students are ranked #1 in the state after for return on investment after financial aid and scholarships. We do give students, all students who are admitted a scholarship. And this year, if you apply before November 15th, you're going to be guaranteed at least $25,000 in scholarship support. But remember, I said you might get all the way up to full tuition awards. So all of that comes together to help bring those costs down and make Illinois Tech a strong investment and known as the best value. Look forward to answering any questions you have, connecting with you in the future at virtual events at Illinois Tech, or maybe even on a future campus visit. But I think with that, we are going to wrap it up for the evening and take some questions.
Thank you so much, Will. That's pretty exciting about the potential of scholarships at Illinois Tech. I hope our students are taking notes. Thank you to all of our reps tonight for the amazing information that you had for our students. So for our families in here right now, we have time definitely to answer your questions. You are in a room with experts in college admissions and obviously on their institutions. So please take this opportunity to ask questions if you have any. Obviously, if you don't have any questions, you're welcome to excuse yourself to perhaps attend one of our final sessions of this evening or go have some dinner. But I did want to thank our reps once again for their time and for being with us. They are incredibly busy right now, and it's just so nice for them to be here for our families in our district. So thank you again to all of our reps. And with that, families, if you have any questions, go ahead and use the Q&A. You're actually also welcome to use the chat if you're more comfortable with that. So Christine has a question. What is the tuition at Illinois Tech? That's for Will.
Yes, awesome. Thanks. Great question. So tuition is going to be just about $48,000 per year. So it is a higher starting figure there because we are a smaller private institution, but that's before any scholarships are applied. So $48,000, and then once you do room and board fees, the total cost of attendance is right around $65,000 per year.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, another question. Can you tell me what time I should start sending applications to colleges? That's a pretty broad one, so anybody can take this if you want. It sounds like, I'll just throw this in, right? That a lot of schools have priority deadlines for students sometime in that November timeframe for to maximize your scholarship opportunities, right? So if you're looking at your schools, I think it'll depend on your schools and what their different deadlines are. But I'm going to let some of our college reps kind of speak to that as well.
I can talk about that for just a second. Based on Nebraska specifically, we are rolling admission. I know there are some other universities that are rolling admission, and basically that means that we don't have any specific deadlines to turn in your application. You'll hear about early action or early decision. If it's rolling admission, that means you can apply anytime during the time frame that you're given. However, if you apply early, you are more likely to be awarded scholarships for most universities. Think if there is funding, there are scholarships available, but if you're applying last minute, those still could be available, but there are other students who have already applied, right? So it is still obviously possible, and it is possible for Nebraska, even if you apply on May 1st. But keep in mind, there are other deadlines within universities like the FAFSA, or for us, we have a scholarship statement, or there may be different like honors program applications, things like that. So if you are applying early, you're getting ahead of the game for all of that information. So even if it is a rolling admission, applying usually around November is when we usually advise students to apply. But that's why we're here. Ask us dates and deadlines. I always advise students to get an Excel spreadsheet or write down each university and what their specific dates and deadlines are, what your passwords are, and your login information for every school, and stay organized and on top of those, because we do all vary, but we always encourage you to apply early.
Thank you, Natasha. And our team actually has an Excel spreadsheet, a Google Sheet template for students to use with all of that and more. So if you want that, I'll put my email, or actually you can email our team email on the screen and we'll send that to you as well. Thank you so much. Great questions, everybody. Do we have any other questions for our amazing college reps who are here with us this evening? There are some of you still here in the room, so don't be shy. This is your opportunity. You have them all to yourself. Any other questions, friends? And if not, that's perfectly okay. We hope that you got some new, interesting information tonight that will help inform your college exploration. No matter what grade you're in, if you're a senior, there's still time to add schools to your list, right? So I'm so glad that you're in here if you are a senior, and whatever grade you're in, hopefully you're able to take something away from tonight's showcase. Again, thank you so much to our reps. We wish you an amazing college admissions season, and we hope to see you again down the line. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.